Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we will be learning about the compressibility and the bulk modulus. Okay, so what is compressibility? In simple language, compressibility of a fluid is the ability to change its volume under the pressure. Okay, that means consider when a pressure is applied to a fluid, it contracts, and when the pressure is released, it expands. That means compressibility of a fluid is the ability to change its volume under pressure. Compressibility is the reciprocal of the bulk modulus of elasticity K, okay, which is defined as the ratio of compressive stress to volumetric strain. That means here compressibility is denoted by beta. Okay, so beta is the ratio of volumetric strain to compressive stress. And here it is written that compressibility is the reciprocal of bulk modulus of elasticity K. That means K is given as 1 upon beta, that means reciprocal of compressibility. So K is the bulk modulus which is given by compressive stress upon volumetric strain. Okay, so these are the two basic formulas of compressibility beta and bulk modulus K. So remember these formulas. So now to understand the compressibility in proper manner, let us consider a piston cylinder arrangement. Okay, so this is the piston on apply, and here and gas, ideal gas is filled. Okay, so if we apply the pressure on the piston, the gas which is filled in this container gets compressed, its volume decreases. So consider volume V of a certain fluid contained in a piston cylinder arrangement as shown. Now let V is the volume of a gas enclosed in the cylinder and P is the pressure of gas when the volume is V. Now let the volume of the gas decreases from V to V minus dV. If we apply the pressure on the piston, the volume of the gas gets decreased due to the compression of the gas. So the gas decreases its volume from V to V minus dV, and the pressure is increased to P plus dP. The increase in pressure is dP, okay, and decrease in volume is dV. Here as beta is given as volumetric strain upon compressive stress. So now what is strain? Strain is given by change in dimension upon original dimension. I will write here, okay, strain is given by change in dimension upon original dimension. This is the basic formula of strain. Here the volumetric strain is asked, so it will be change in volume upon original volume. Okay, now what is compressive stress? Now why compression occurs means which factor is responsible for the compression. So the pressure is responsible for the compression. So compressive stress will be in terms of pressure. So compressive stress is given by, I will write here is dP. Okay, compressive stress is given by dP and volumetric strain is given by dV upon V. Okay, so now we will derive the formula of beta, that is compressibility. I will repeat what is compressibility. Compressibility of a fluid is the ability to change its volume under the pressure. Okay, so now what is beta? Beta is equals to volumetric strain upon compressive stress. Okay, so now what is volumetric strain? Volumetric strain is equals to change in volume upon original volume. So it is equals to change in volume, that is dV upon V upon what is compressive stress, it will be dP. So beta equals to minus of dV upon V upon dP. Now why this negative sign is there? Now when we compress a fluid, its final volume is always less than the initial volume. So change in volume is given by final minus initial. Okay, so now when compression occurs, always the final volume is less than the initial volume. So here according to this equation, dV will be negative. Okay, I hope you understood the reason of negative sign. So beta equals to minus of dV upon V upon dP. Now remember that in compression or in expansion, the volume changes but the mass of the fluid never changes. Mass remains constant. Okay, so this is due to the law of conservation of mass. So according to the law of conservation of mass remains constant either we expand or compress the fluid. So now what is mass? Mass can be given by density into volume. Okay, now from where this equation came, because we know that mass density is equals to mass upon volume, so mass is equals to density into volume. So density into volume equals to constant. Now differentiate the above equation. So now according to the product rule, we will differentiate. That means rho into dV plus V into d rho, which is equals to 0. Now differentiation of constant is 0 and integration of constant is constant. Okay, so now rho into dV, which is equals to minus V into d rho. So it will be rho into dV, which is equals to minus V into d rho. Now minus dV upon V, which is equals to d rho upon rho. Okay, so we had obtained the value of minus dV upon V. So substitute this value of minus dV upon V in the equation of beta, that is equation number 1. So beta equals to d rho upon rho upon dP. Here negative sign will not come because we had obtained the value of minus dV upon V. Okay, so it will be beta equals to d rho upon rho upon dP. So writing it properly, we get 1 upon rho into d rho upon dP. So this is the equation or the formula of compressibility. Now this formula says that if the density of the fluid changes on applying the pressure, that time the fluid is called as compressible fluid. And if the density of the fluid not changes on applying the pressure, then the fluid is known as incompressible fluid. I will write in the mathematical language. That means if density is the function of pressure, which implies that d rho by dP will never be equals to 0. That time beta is not equals to 0. So the fluid is compressible. And if density is not the function of pressure, that means on applying the pressure, density of the fluid not changes. So d rho upon dP will always be equals to 0. That time beta is equals to 0. So fluid is incompressible. So I hope you understood the significance of this formula. So beta equals to 1 upon rho into d rho by dP. Now we will see what is the bulk modulus of the fluid. So the bulk modulus is the reciprocal of compressibility. Okay. So bulk modulus of elasticity or bulk modulus of fluid is denoted by K. Bulk modulus is the reciprocal of compressibility. So K equals to 1 upon beta. Now what is beta? Beta is the compressibility. So what is compressibility? Compressibility is given by volumetric strain upon compressive stress. Remember, this is the basic formula, so it will be useful in many concepts. So remember this formula. So beta equals to volumetric strain upon compressive stress. Now what is bulk modulus? Bulk modulus is the reciprocal of beta. So it will be compressive stress upon volumetric strain. So this is the basic formula of bulk modulus of elasticity or bulk modulus of fluid, that is K. So now K equals to 1 upon beta. So now what is beta? Beta equals to 1 upon rho into d rho by dP. Now reciprocal of it will be rho into dP upon d rho. So this is the formula of K. K equals to rho into dP upon d rho. Okay. So now we will see the different values of K for different processes. So first we will see the value of K for isothermal compression. So now for isothermal compression. Now what is the meaning of isothermal? Isothermal means the temperature remains constant throughout the compression process. Okay, that means temperature equals to constant. Now as the gas filled in the container, here I had shown that this gas filled in the container is ideal. So we can apply the ideal gas equation, that is PV, which is equals to m into R into T. So P equals to mass upon volume into R into T. Now what is mass upon volume? It will be density. So rho into RT. So P is equals to rho into RT. So now we want to find the value of K. So now what is K? K is equals to dP by d rho. Means we have to find the value of dP by d rho. From this equation, rho equals to P upon RT. Now this is number equation 1 and this is the P. So from this equation we will find the value of dP by d rho. So differentiate this equation, we get dP upon d rho, which is equals to this d by d rho into RT, rho RT. So now what is the differentiation of rho with respect to d rho? Will be 1, and R and T, R is the gas constant and T is the temperature. So temperature is constant and gas constant is always a constant. So it will be R into T. So dP by d rho, which is equals to R into T. So now substitute this equation, that is dP by d rho and rho, in the equation number 2. We will get the value of K for isothermal process. So K iso equals to, what is rho? Rho is P upon RT. And what is dP by d rho? So it will be R into T. So this R into T and this R into T gets cancelled. We get K iso equals to pressure P. P is the pressure. From this K iso we can also find the value of beta. Beta equals to 1 upon K. So K equals to 1 upon P. I mean beta equals to 1 upon P. So this is the value of compressibility, that is 1 upon P for isothermal process. Now we will see for adiabatic process, for adiabatic compression. So now what is the meaning of adiabatic process? Adiabatic process is given by P into V raised to gamma is equals to constant, where gamma is the adiabatic index. Okay. So now what is volume? Volume is given by mass upon density raised to gamma, because density is equals to mass upon volume. So from this equation, volume equals to mass upon density, which is equals to constant. So P into m raised to gamma upon rho raised to gamma equals to C. Okay. According to the law of conservation of mass, mass remains constant either in expansion or in compression. So we can substitute m raised to gamma equals to 1. Okay. So P into rho raised to minus gamma equals to constant C. Now differentiate. Now if we differentiate the above equation using the product rule, we get P differentiation of this will be minus gamma into rho raised to minus gamma minus 1 into d rho plus rho raised to minus gamma into dP, which is equals to 0, because differentiation of constant is 0. Okay. So it will be minus P into gamma into rho raised to minus gamma minus 1 into d rho plus rho raised to minus gamma into dP. Now we want to find the value of K. So K is the value of bulk modulus. Now K is given by rho into dP by d rho, means we want to find the value of dP by d rho. So we will find from this equation. Now dividing the above equation, so dividing the above equation by d rho, we will get minus P into gamma into rho raised to minus gamma minus 1 into 1 plus rho raised to minus gamma into dp by d rho, which is equals to 0. So now taking dp by d rho on one side, we will get p into gamma into rho raised to gamma minus gamma upon rho. Okay. So now dp by d rho, which is equals to p into gamma into rho raised to minus gamma upon rho into rho raised to minus gamma. So this rho raised to minus gamma and this rho raised to minus gamma gets cancelled. We will get dp upon d rho, which is equals to p into gamma upon rho. Okay. So now we know the equation of k. K is rho into dp by d rho. So rho as it is. What is the value of dp by d rho? dp by d rho is pressure into gamma upon rho. So it will be p into gamma divided by rho. So this rho and this rho gets cancelled. We get k equals to p into gamma. K adiabatic. So K adiabatic will be pressure into adiabatic index. Now what will be the beta adiabatic? Beta adiabatic will be reciprocal of 1 upon K adiabatic. So 1 upon K adiabatic will be 1 upon P into gamma. So this is beta adiabatic. So beta adiabatic will be 1 upon P into gamma. So that's all. If you had any doubts, please ask me in the comment section. Please subscribe my channel for more educational videos. Like and share. Thank you.